Hello and welcome back. What are we doing here today? We are analyzing another real estate deal. This is all about how you can get started in multifamily property investing using FHA loans. Now, don't worry, if you're an experienced investor or if you're looking to buy some cash deals, this can serve you as well as we look at multiple scenarios. If you don't know who I am, my name is Maxim Cruz. I'm actually a real estate broker as well as a real estate investor. And back in 2011, my wife and I decided to delay our wedding ceremony in order to invest into a 4-unit multifamily property using FHA loans. And today I want to bring this information to you so you could see how you can use FHA loans in your area in order to get started in real estate investing, because we all have to live somewhere. So why not live in a property that pays you, right? So let's get right into it. Before we get started, this is a special video series for my friend Denzel Rodriguez. He teaches velocity banking. If you have no idea what velocity banking is, go and check out Denzel's channel in the description below. Velocity banking is all about how you can pay off any type of loans much quicker, and Denzel is an expert teaching you that. So when you buy your real estate deal, you'll be able to utilize velocity banking in order to pay that off much quicker and build equity much quicker as well. Also, since I am a real estate broker over the last 13 years, I've built a database of other brokers who'd be more than happy to serve you and help you find these type of deals and help you buy these type of deals using FHA or conventional loans. So if you need a real estate broker anywhere in the United States, I would be more than happy to refer you to someone in your local area if you're outside of Miami. So let us get right into it. My name is Maxim Cruz. Again, I am a real estate broker, and for those reasons, I have to do my typical disclosure. This is for information purposes only. This is not investment advice. I always encourage you to meet with your licensed professional who does know your financial situation, maybe as a financial advisor, who can give you financial advice on whatever your scenario is. So now that we got that out of the way, I actually have a free gift for you. If you want to get the spreadsheet that I use in order to analyze deals and kind of see how these numbers work out, go to the link below. You don't have to enter your email address. You could just download it, play around with your numbers, insert your own deal, and get that done. Also, if you have a deal in your area that you'd like me to analyze, I'd be more than happy to put it up on the board. You don't have to send me the address. We only need 3 pieces of information: the listing price, what the income is, and what the expenses are, and then we can get all these numbers. So let's get right into it. The property we will be analyzing today is 461 Southeast 1st Avenue in Pompano Beach, Florida. Okay, the MLS number is F10200136, and the listing price is $484,000. It is a 2-unit property. This video is being recorded January 22nd, 2020. Now, before all of those mortgage brokers jump out of your seat, let me tell you something. HUD does have regulations for mortgage limits. An FHA mortgage limit for a 2-family in Broward County is $478,000. $450. So that being said, this actually is borderline. It would not qualify for FHA. You would have to purchase below $478,000, but I just wanted to do the numbers and kind of show those FHA guys what this is going to look like, and again, what it's going to take to do this deal. So now that we got that out of the way, let me read to you the property description. Located in East Pompano Beach, 3 bedrooms, 2 bedrooms on one side, 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms on the other side. Roof is in newer condition, separate meters, impact windows. 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom side is very spacious with over 1,800 square feet with room for a 4th bedroom. Keep that in mind. Or efficiency as it has a private entrance, AC unit and plumbing, and plenty of room for bathroom. Both sides ready for occupancy. Great opportunity with immediate income. Property with positive cash flow. Live in 1 unit, rent the other unit. Large separate driveways that provide ample parking, and a pool for relaxation and entertainment. So let's get right into it and see what these numbers look like. So again, this property is listed for $484,000. So as typical, we do it in 3 separate columns. First, we look at the cash investment. So if you had a whole bunch of money lying around somewhere and you wanted to invest it in this deal, what that's going to look like. Then we look at a conventional loan. So if you wanted to use conventional financing, that means 20% down payment, what those numbers are going to look like. And finally, we look at owner occupied with FHA loans, a 3.5% down payment. So let's get into the numbers and kind of show you what this deal is going to look like. If you don't know, as I'm going through some of this terminology, you can go out and check out my other videos where I kind of describe some of these terminology so you can start to get used to what all of this means. And then when you start talking real estate language, it can give you more leverage as you can better negotiate these type of deals. So the first thing we start off of is income. How do we calculate income? Very easy. We have 2 units here, one at $2,300, the other at $1,550. That's what we're getting per month. We multiply that times 12, add it all up, $44,650. This right here is what's called your rental income, gross rental income. Now, typically in this scenario, when we do larger deals, we put in a vacancy factor. Typically, it is 10%. In better performing units, it might be 5%, but you want to have in some sort of vacancy. Typically, for smaller units, I don't put in a vacancy factor. Sometimes I'll do a 1 unit being empty for 1 month. So again, you got to plug in those numbers. Now let's look at these expenses. This is all information that's kind of disclosed. We have taxes, insurance, water and sewer, landscaping, some repairs, all this stuff. We get total expenses $7,086. Again, in our due diligence period, once we put in a contract and it's accepted, we typically request for all of these expenses and what things are and inspections and all that kind of good stuff. So again, we still have time to analyze, hey, now that I see that the insurance is actually $2,300, but my water expenses instead of $600 because it has a pool, it's $1,200. Well, the numbers don't really work out that well, so there might be some room for negotiations. So you want to make sure you understand real estate contracts. That's why it's important to use a real estate attorney. And again, your broker, your real estate broker should be able to refer you to an attorney or kind of tell you, hey, I can't give you legal advice since this is a contract, but this is what some of this contract that you should read. And then these are the stipulations, inspections, due diligence, all this stuff that if the numbers don't work out right, you can walk out of the deal and get your deposit back. So again, it's important to understand contracts. Next, we have financing. There is no financing on a cash deal, so that's 0. And then finally, we come up with NOI, net operating income. Net operating income is just the difference between your total income minus all of your expenses. In this scenario, it's $37,564. Next, we come up to what's called cap rate, capitalization rate. This is just a simple ratio between your NOI and your purchase price, in this case, $484,000. Gives us a cap rate of 7.76%. So again, if you don't want to do all these numbers in a calculator, you could go and download this Google Sheets. You can use it in Google Sheets, or you can download it on your computer, use it in Excel or any other, that type of software is what I'm trying to say. So next we go into the leverage column. Now, our income stays exactly the same. Our expenses are pretty much exactly the same. The only number we're adding in there is financing. Again, in this scenario, we're going to a bank. We're going to do $96,800 as a down payment, which gives us a principal and interest payment of $1,848.55. Multiply that times 12, gives us a total of $22,182.62. Then, once we take our income, subtract our expenses and our financing, which in most scenarios is called our annual debt service, that gives us a total net operating income of $15,381.38. Now, this ratio here is different. This ratio is what's called cash on cash. Because we put in $96,800 into this deal, and we actually got back throughout the year $15,381.38. This cash on cash would actually be 15.89%. So again, for the more experienced investors or for the syndicators, typically they look above 10% cash on cash return. So again, this number is very good. Now let's measure owner occupied. Again, this at the 484 price point does not qualify for FHA. The limits was 478 and change. So again, having that into consideration, let's just look at it anyways, just so we get used to looking at the numbers. Our income, because as owner occupied, we have to live in one of the units. I'm saying, okay, we're getting $2,300 for this unit. That sounds great. I'm gonna live in the other unit, which is $1,550. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. So okay, that gives us a total income of $2,300. Multiply that times 12, gives you an income of $25,300. Taxes, insurance, water, all that stuff is the same. The landscaping, I'm saying, okay, you're gonna live in the property. You're gonna have to take care of that. So the expenses are just a little bit less, $6,586. The financing for this FHA, again, if the limit, let's say, was $490, so you could get this loan, you would put in $16,940, which would give you what's called PMI, your private mortgage insurance. So that brings your payment between your principal, interest, and the private mortgage insurance, $2,619.03. Multiply that times 12, gives you an annual debt service of $31,428.39. Then once we subtract all that stuff, we get our NOI. In this scenario, it's negative. Again, red means negative. $12,714.39 has to come out of our pocket in order to actually live and pay for this unit. But the good thing is, for all of the ones that understand velocity banking and all of the ones that have to pay either mortgage or have to pay rent on a monthly basis, let's see what this looks like. Your monthly out-of-pocket is $1,059.53 in this scenario, which means your monthly cash flow on your personal finances, if you were paying the same $1,550 in rent to rent this unit, but now you're only paying $1,059.53, you're actually saving $490.47. And again, utilizing velocity banking, you could utilize this extra cash flow in order to pay off other debts or even this real estate debt much, much quicker, gain equity, have options, do all that stuff. But remember, when we read in the description, it was clearly said that there is a potential for an additional efficiency or a studio unit. So that being said, let's analyze it utilizing that, and now let's compare how these numbers change. Now, I did want to be fair with this owner, so I said, okay, you're asking $484. I'm actually going to offer you $460 because some of the comparables that we're looking at, they're in that price range. And then also, I'm considering a cost of about $20,000 in order to build out this efficiency, which puts me at a total of $480,000. But now the good thing is, look at this. Instead of having just 2 units, now we have 3 units. Now, because we took a piece out of this larger 3-2, it still remains as a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom. It's just no longer 1,800 square feet. Now it might be, I don't know, let's say 1,300 or 1,200 square feet, right? So it's smaller. So because it's smaller, I'm no longer going to get $2,300 in rent, but I'm going to get $2,000, which is roughly what the 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms with a pool is what's renting for. Unit 2, I'm keeping it the same, $1,550, and now we have this third efficiency unit, which is going for about $800. So now when we add all of these numbers together, our total income in a cash scenario is actually $50,650, where before it was $44,650. So you could see by doing this scenario, we've actually added $5,350 of income. Our expenses are going to remain about the same, so that gives us an NOI of $42,964. Now our cap rate, because we're getting higher and total income, and we have a higher NOI, and our purchase price is essentially $4,000 lower, our cap rate is 8.95% in comparison to the 7.76% there. So you can see how those numbers make a difference. The 20% down, again, same scenario, our total income is going up. So our NOI goes to $20,964.70, where in this scenario it was $15,381.38. So you can see there's almost 5,000 more of NOI there, which puts our cash on cash return at 21.84%. So remember, in this scenario, we took the NOI of $20,964.70 divided by our 20% down payment of $480, which is $96,000. So essentially, that gives us $20,964.70. Practically speaking, within 4 years, if you take $20,964.70, multiply it times 4, practically speaking, in 4 years, you should be able to recover 100% of your down payment, and then everything above that is pure profit on that money. So again, you can look at it multiple ways, but again, this is not investment advice. This is just the way that I would look at different scenarios, and that's all it is. It's how you look at it. The difference between how the wealthy people look at financials versus how the middle class or the lower class income individuals look at financials is just the way they look at it. They interpret money differently. So in this scenario now, let's go with the owner occupied. I'm keeping pretty much the same. I'm saying, hey, I'm going to rent out the larger unit. I'm going to live in the 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. I'm going to rent out the studio. So that gives me $2,800 of income. Multiply that times 12. That gives me an owner occupied income of $31,300. Now, when I subtract all of my expenses, I'm still in the red. I still got to come up with $5,238.65. But check it out. If I take this number divided by 12, actually my monthly out of pocket is now $436.55, where previous to this it was $1,059.53. So again, very, very powerful stuff. And not only that, again, understanding velocity banking, you're still going to live somewhere. If you're living right now in this $1,550 per month rental, you are paying $50.50. Now you're only paying $436, which means that your personal cash flow on a monthly basis is going to increase by how much? $1,113.45. So again, this is the power of utilizing FHA loans, the power of real estate investing. Not only that, but check this out. Even at the 480 number, again, the limit here was like 478, 635 or whatever it was. At 480, my down payment on an FHA at 3.5% is $16,800. What that means is if I'm saving, instead of paying $1,550 per month in rent, I'm actually only paying $436, which means I'm saving $1,113. In about 14-15 months, I'm actually getting this $16,800 back, because now I've cut down my expenses from $1,550 to $436. So again, it's just how you view money, So this is why I keep on saying this is the power of FHA investing. Yes, over time you can get to the larger units, the 32 units, the 80 units, the 400 units, if that's what you want to continue doing. But in the meantime, why are you paying rent on something where you can actually get more cash flow to pay off other debts and then essentially get your money back much, much quicker, right? Check this out. Look at this. In this 20% down payment scenario, this scenario, your NOI on an annual basis is going to be about $21,000. But you put in $96,000, which means it's going to take you 4.5 years, almost 5 years, to recover all of your money back, right? Versus the FHA scenario, you put down $16,800, you're saving $1,100, so it's taking you about 15 months. So you're going from 4.5 years here to 15 months down here. And again, go and check out Denzel's channel. Go and check out Velocity Banking. When you understand this cash flow and how you can have more of your personal cash flow stay in your pocket and pay off other debts quicker, this becomes very, very powerful, because now in this scenario, if you're able to utilize Velocity Banking and now you're going to actually chunk payments on this mortgage, What that means is this $1,134, essentially you can make $12,000 extra payment to this mortgage, cutting down your amortization schedule. So what that's allowing you to do is build equity into the property. You could do a home equity line of credit in 2-3 years. You could cash out, refinance, and start investing into larger deals. So it's giving you options versus 2 years is going to go by like this, and 2 years you're still going to be paying rent. Now, if you've been paying rent for $1,550 for 24 months, let's see what those numbers look like. $1,550 times 24 is $37,200. So $1,550 times 24 is $37,200. Where in this scenario, because I'm saving $1,113.45 times 24, that gives me times 24 equals $26,722.80. So in scenario A, where I rent, in 2 years, I'm out $37,200. Scenario B, where I own, I put in $16,800 in order to buy this property. Let's actually do this. Let's figure out what my break-even point. If I put in $16,800, divide that by this right here, which is $1,113.45 in 15.08 months. 15.08 months, I break even. So what does that mean? That means in 24 months, in this scenario, in the same 2-year period, right? Month 15, you got all of your money back that you put into this property, right? And then everything there, you're actually profiting now. So now you're completely going from wasting $37,200 in rent, because we all have to live somewhere, to now actually getting all of the money back that you put in, if you're putting aside this $1,100, and then you're making some. So I don't know about you. If somebody would have told me back when I graduated from college and when I had student loans and all this other expenses that I had to start paying, I would have come up with $16,000 and moved into this too. I even moved into the studio in order to get more cash flow. And instead of wasting 5-6 years paying rent and burning this money, I could have been in this scenario where I'm recovering money and then I'm using this monthly cash flow in order to pay off other debts much quicker, build equity, learn more about real estate, start investing in bigger real estate. And this is what these options right here give you. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video. I hope you're able to learn something from it. Again, go and download your deal analyzer. It's a Google spreadsheet. So you could use it in Google. You could download it and use it in Excel. Go and check out Denzel's channel where you learn more about velocity banking, where you could leverage this additional cash flow in order to pay off debt quicker and start investing in real estate. In my personal opinion, I think everyone should start investing using FHA loans. You don't need a lot of money. You don't need to learn a lot of sales skills. You don't need to become a real estate mogul and a syndicator and start to look for deals and wholesaling and flipping and understand contracts and get into sales. You could do exactly what you're doing right now. Keep on working at the job that you're working right now, if that's what you love, if that's what your passion is, but you got to live somewhere. So if you're renting, instead of going and saving for that single family home where on a monthly basis, you're still having to chug out money, because there's not that much difference between renting and owning your single family home because it's not income producing. But when you take FHA and you own or occupy a multifamily investment property that's actually producing cash flow, now you're able to lower, and instead of paying $1,550 by yourself in your own property or in rent, now you're only paying $436, which gives you extra cash flow. And again, this is one scenario. Go and watch out all the other videos where you can get other scenarios where this is actually proven. And because my wife and I have lived it and we have continued investing, again, all we're doing is continue to increase our cash flow, because these numbers, the income numbers from the rental units, keep on going up while we try to maintain the expenses as low as possible. So no matter where you're at, if you're just starting up, if you're a seasoned investor, if you're already buying deals cash, if you're looking for something, feel free to contact us. Again, over the last 13 years as a real estate broker, I have created a database of other real estate brokers who can help you buy these sort of deals. This is kind of on the borderline between some residential and some light commercial deals. So again, not all brokers kind of understand and know how to do these numbers. So again, you want to work with somebody that's able to analyze your deal. If you want me to put your deal on the board, I'd be more than happy to. Don't send me your address. Don't send me the MLS number so nobody, steals your deal. We need just 3 pieces of information. That's the listing price, the income that you're getting for the units, and then the expenses that you're either getting from the disclosure from the broker or that you are estimating. Again, the more exact numbers, the more realistic it's going to be. But nevertheless, over time, as I've looked at more and more of these deals, you kind of start to see these ratios of what are the percentage expenses versus the NOI, and then you're kind of saying, okay, that's kind of doable. 50% seems about right. So those numbers seem very legit. Versus in this scenario, let's say you said, hey, my income is $44,000, my expenses is $1,000. I'm going to say, hey, you have higher expenses than that. You're just not considering them, and I'm going to let you know what they are and put them here on board so you're aware of them. So when you're going to make an offer on them, you can feel better prepared and more conscious that, hey, based on all the information that I know, based on all the information that's disclosed, this looks like an opportunity that I'm going to get into, and this looks like it makes sense to me. So, get the information that you need. Start investing in real estate. Get excited about real estate. Get excited about velocity banking. Go check out the links below, and I'll see you on the next video.